that's like one of the first interactions you get with the local cops.
Yeah.
Who are such a perfect representative of just how these things are approached. Well, must have been a case of smoking and driving. And we say that all the time.
We also
smoking
say
and driving.
one of our stims is, no, Loretta called. There's been
a fire. We have so many vocal stims from this movie. She was the oldest living Lutheran. Now she's dead as a doornail. Just those like little characters are so spot on for like randos that you'll meet in small town Minnesota.
Sidewalks,
And-
father.
Sidewalks.
Welcome to the Cinema Psycho Show, the madhouse for film freaks and film fans of all types. I'm your host, Brian Coddington, join my fellow co-host and filmmaker, John Woolscroft.
Oh, hey, Brian, I think I got a great chance at winning the pageant this year with my ping pong ball trick.
A ping pong ball trick. That's what you're gonna do this year is the ping pong ball trick.
Kegels are an amazing thing. That's all I'm saying.
Well, we are back continuing 90s month, and I got to tell you, John, I've been looking forward all week to this episode.
Man, we were doing early to mid 90s. We got the tail end. This is right before Y2K, baby.
We're hitting might be the best year of the movies for 90s or all time, and that's 1999. But this movie, I think, flies so under the radar of how fucking awesome it is that it never gets any respect. But our guests recommended this movie. This is important to note. We were doing 90s month. We put out a call. I met these folks in my day job, and they came to the table. They're like, "We want to do this movie." And I'm like, "We will make it happen." But our guests today, you might know them as a duo that happens to work in the world of true crime and wine, and quite possibly the greatest Minnesotan accents. I don't know. I hope our guests are not offended by that. I'm trying. But we have with us today Amanda and Lucy of Motherfucking Wine and Crime. Woo!
What's up?
Hello.
I was really hoping
Yeah.
your transition was going to be, speaking of Kegels, we have Amanda.
Speaking of Kegels.
I'm over
I can
here
lift the
lifting
bowling
out of
pin
my
now.
chair. Yeah, doing my Kegs. Let's fucking go. What's up? We are
What
so
is
excited
up?
to
Hi,
talk
guys.
about this movie with you, of course, but we would talk about this movie with anybody. So
Yeah.
A passing stranger.
Thank
A
you for
passing
suggesting this.
stranger.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I
been
gotta
like 10
ask
years
first.
since I've seen this.
How was my Minnesotan accent? Was it is it passable?
Terrible. No.
Oh, it's
Terrible.
really bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
What don't you
So,
know? Oh, yeah?
Mm,
Oh,
mm,
so
got some night crawlers.
Men can stay men.
Men can say men.
Minna.
Men.
Minna.
Ah.
Soda.
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
We
Minnesota.
flatten that. We flatten
There it
that.
is.
Oh.
Okay.
Focus on the O.
So I got a little synopsis pulled straight from IMDb. I'll do it in my best movie theater voice here. A small town beauty pageant turns deadly as it becomes clear that someone will go to any lengths to win.
So it's pronounced small town.
Small town?
A small town.
Smile. Hey,
Small.
the funny thing is,
Small town.
Brian, in the
Ah.
voice you use there, it really makes this film sound so much more sinister than it is.
I mean,
It's
it is
pretty
sinister.
It
is.
In a very
really
funny
sinister.
way.
Yeah.
Mhm.
A lot of dark
Well,
humor here.
it was based. So in the film, it's based in beautiful Mount Rose, Minnesota,
Mhm.
which is based on the real town of Rosemont, Minnesota.
Mhm. We have a
where
Montrose,
we had a couple
but we
debate
don't have a
tournaments in
Mount Rose.
Rosemont. Yeah.
Yes, we did.
So,
Mhm.
to be fair, what was depicted in the film, at least in terms of like the overall vibe of that town, was it accurate?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
hmm
Yeah, and most of it's filmed on location. Tons of it is filmed in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually, my dad, his career was in professional photography, commercial photography,
Mhm.
and one of his I don't know if it was like a freelancer or coworker or whatever, actually was on set filming this movie, and it was originally called Dairy Queens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And also he has some personal stories about Kirstie Alley being a huge bitch.
Kind of,
Oh yeah.
kind of
Are
buy
we
it.
shocked?
Well, I
And
think-
not
our
at all.
own personal claim to fame with this movie is
Hmm.
that our good friend's dad plays Brittany Murphy's dad in this movie. He's a local actor in Minnesota. His name is Jim Cada, and he's a lovely man. And I just saw him 2 weeks ago.
the one who got screamed, he's gay.
Gay!
Gay.
Yep.
I gotta tell you, his reaction during that scene, hilarious.
He's a very good actor.
I could tell, like, to sit in front of Brittany Murphy screaming gay at the top of her lungs, blowing out the microphone, and just be like, ugh. Like,
Well, I mean, I will say
All the
Jim
table
Cada,
good
reads.
acting.
he's like a well-known, pretty renowned stage actor here in the Twin Cities. So, he knows what he's doing. But yeah, we always think that's so funny, is that he was in this movie.
By the way, I am opening a bottle of wine.
Can we see the said wine there?
Yes, in true
For-
wine and crime fashion.
Yes.
I have a Vin 21 Sauvignon Blanc, California. It's a twist.
Here we go.
I'll
Crack
it.
it.
Oh, we're gonna crack it. Ah, there we go.
Oh, nice crack.
That sounds like my back every morning.
Oh,
Right?
God. Do you need medicine?
He might. Okay, so this movie was directed by Michael Patrick Jan. I think it's Jan or Jan. And written by Lona Williams, who actually got to play one of the judges, Gene.
Yes, the silent judge.
The
Gene.
silent judge that looks like, why am I here? And why am I employed by the biggest dick in the movie?
Oh, God. Just like the first full-blown MAGA before MAGA was a thing.
Oh,
It's like, take a memo for me, sweetheart.
Take a memo, sweetheart. Just
take
this
a memo. Let
nasty,
me say some
misogynist-
anti-Semitic shit for
Yeah.
5 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, okay. We always
So
preface when we talk about how much we love this movie.
Yeah.
That this is a movie that is very of its time.
Mhm.
And much of the dialogue we could not get away with today. There are words we no longer say that were very popular in the 90s. And there's gay jokes and all the 90s things that we've just kind of went, we're not gonna do that anymore.
Yeah.
However, if you can see past that, it is one of the funniest movies ever. The performances are spectacular. I know you're about to get into it, but like the cast is star-studded.
Yes.
No joke. Including
Not
debut
yet at this time.
performances.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but
lots of breakout
the
stars.
talent,
Eventually,
the
yeah.
talent was very
Yet to
much
break
there.
I don't know any other movie that has such a deep roster of talent this early in their careers. Like, even Denise Richards, who you might say, well, she was kind of hot shit in the 90s because of Wild Things. And
Tammy and the
Starship.
T-Rex.
Yeah, and Tammy the T-Rex.
I love Tammy and the T-Rex.
Check our back catalog. We did that.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. But, even with just looking at Denise Richards, you've got Allison Janney. You've got...
Maybe her best performance of all time. Allison Janney is... This movie wouldn't exist without her, and yet she's still only one small part of that ensemble cast. It's wild.
I mean, you got fucking Ellen Barkin, Brittany Murphy coming right off the heels of movies like Clueless, and I think she did... I don't know if she did. She do Cherry Falls yet? I don't remember.
I don't think that was around 2000s.
That was it was early 2000s. But so she's coming right off the heels of Clueless. Amy Adams.
Yeah, her first movie.
But even like
Go Muskies.
With the there we go. Yep. For our video audience, you literally got to see that, dude.
I have a Drop Dead Gorgeous choke on swan gas tattoo, so I take this movie very fucking seriously.
She does.
And no, I can't show it to you because yes, it is on my labial fold. Unfortunately, it's on my. Actually, it's on my leg, but I just am not that
Fair
flexible, and I haven't shaved in like a year, so I'm not gonna show it off. But it's really cute.
Awesome. I don't know where to go from
I
that.
think they
really
silenced
don't-
you on that one, Brian. Yeah.
What were you talking about?
Oh, we're talking about the movie.
All right.
Right. But even like the side characters, like I don't know about you, Will Sasso is fucking hilarious.
Oh my
Speaking of things that don't hold up
Things
anymore.
that don't
I
hold
know.
up.
Speaking of the
know.
character, you must
Flagrant
never
use.
quote.
Yeah.
Close up
The
shop,
flagrant
Hank.
use of the
Close
R
up
word.
shop.
Close
He's got
up
his thing
shop.
out. He's got his thing out. Like, how many times did they say that?
Yeah, he did expose himself frequently.
Yeah.
He had a very childlike characterization to him.
He
He
pretty
was
much used the
not-
R word every
Oh,
5
yeah.
minutes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Heavy
Yeah.
use of the R word. I mean, I don't think it shows up every 5 minutes. It does come up. It's probably said at least
5 times.
5 to 7 times throughout the entire movie.
Right.
And you could really hear it every time. It just feels like a punch in the chest now in 2026. Be like, oh Jesus. But yeah,
This
it's
was
that
like
kind
Mad
of stuff.
TV time.
Yes.
Yes, and
Yeah.
Will Sasso was, I believe, on Mad TV at
He
that
was.
time.
Yes.
And so this
Yeah.
was very much him using that unique skill set for his characterization of Hank.
And I do love the idea that like they're also suggesting that people with intellectual disabilities are sexually dangerous.
Right. It's really bizarre,
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
which we do not
Problematic.
agree with. And
Yeah.
that is, I mean, while Will Sasso had his relationship with his brother in that movie, they come as a duo. Yes, it had its funny moments, but I do feel like if there were any chunks that could just be removed and it would still be a perfect movie, it would be him. It would be Hank.
I
We don't need
disagree.
Hank.
I think the thing is, Amanda, it's the characterization to the point the movie gives you. Like, because they are using a very strong R word to describe him at every turn, I think he provides like one level of like, how can we get a slapstick silly while also remaining dark? And I
For
think
sure.
that's what his character does. I think there is a way that you could write it thinking in terms of 2026 that maybe is a little less offensive, but still holds true to that character. Like, I immediately
That's
think
true.
of...
And it is not
Yeah.
supposed to be a PC. None of
No.
really very little about this movie.
It's
is
that
supposed to
late
be PC.
90s, yeah. Offensive for the sake of offensive.
For the
Yeah.
sake of being offensive. Yeah.
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 Exactly.
Yeah.
Let's get
And so
eating
I-
disorders in there. Let's get intellectual
Yes.
disabilities in there.
Oh
yeah.
my god.
Yeah. Take it with a grain of salt. It is, despite all of that, is an objectively hilarious movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's like the approach to the commentary would not be allowed to be taken now. Like
No.
you said, it's not necessarily removing the character, but like finding a way to write a character for that purpose, for that slapstick purpose, without exploiting certain communities. Like being able to have commentary about disordered eating in the pageant world without. Because that was the whole point, right? Is that character was supposed to show like this is not glamorous, this is very dangerous, and it is not, this is not safe to live this way and not have this be treated properly. But like it's such a shocking representation that it really does just kind of like bowl you over.
well, I
every
mean,
time you see
even
it.
the hospital itself says burn unit and eating disorder.
Eating disorders. Yes.
Yeah.
Like literally, you're seeing it. Like it's almost like, okay,
Mount Rose
this
for ya.
town, Mount Rose. Really, it's only one or two things.
Mm-hmm.
There's
Yep.
no broken arms. There's no emergency. It's just.
But either way, you're not
burn
getting out
ward-
alive.
burn ward
Tractor
or
explosion.
Oh,
morgue,
Thrasher.
burn unit.
Thrasher
Thrasher,
explosion.
excuse me.
Yeah.
Thrasher,
Morgue,
Thrasher,
burn unit,
Thrasher.
and eating disorder.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Brian,
Yeah.
since this is a mockumentary with, again, a Robert Altman-esque series of characters, shall we kind of start breaking these folks down one by one?
Well, I do want to say one thing. This movie did not
Yeah.
do well upon its release.
No.
This
No, it
movie
did not,
had
yeah.
a budget of $15 million, and it made back $10 million. And my favorite reviewer and critic of all time, Roger Ebert, hope you're burning in hell.
No.
He said at the time that he liked the idea of the movie, but wrote that the script failed to translate to the screen and was not funny enough due to the subtle miscalculations of production and performance. Fuck you, Roger.
I think he's a little out in left field on that one.
Yeah,
I saw it in the theater, I think.
I did
I at least
too.
rented it a bunch.
I saw it on,
Yeah.
I think I saw it when it came to like HBO or Cinemax, because that's always where these movies went. Like even the movie like But I'm a Cheerleader, which I don't know if you've seen that one.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
That's
yeah.
a classic too. Never did well in theaters, but then showed up on Cinemax, Showtime, HBO. So and that's where I saw this movie initially in the early 2000s.
I think a
This
guy like
movie had-
Roger Ebert was expecting Christopher Guest,
Sure.
Yeah.
Like Best in Show or
Yep.
something along those lines. And this was
Not
was
that.
Gen X's answer to Christopher Guest. Yeah, we're intense. We're gonna be in your
Mhm.
face.
It was
so.
it was much more scraggly.
Scraggly.
Not
is a good
subtle.
word.
Not
It was-
subtle.
Yeah.
I
Not
think it was
subtle.
just like, how can we take what Christopher Guest does and make it dark as fuck?
Mhm.
And go and really lean into that dark humor. I mean, John, you and I have talked about the dark comedies and how they really never land. Like there's very rarely a time where a dark comedy is gonna land. Like we've in this
This one
podcast
does.
covered movies like Cable Guy, Death to Smoochie, a bunch of these dark
Very Bad
comedies.
Things.
Very
Yeah.
Bad
Mhm.
Things, another great one. They never land commercially, but the thing is, people by and large really do have an appreciation deep down for that mean humor.
Mhm.
I truly do. I think like deep down when you see this, you're gonna laugh. And I don't know, like a man, you shake your head like, yeah.
Yeah, you are. It's definitely like a problematic fave,
Oh, yeah.
but and it holds a special place in the hearts of Minnesotans because obviously anyone who was like around the age of 13 when this movie came out, like we all went to see it. And it was interesting and funny for like my family loved this movie because we had moved to Minnesota from Connecticut just a couple of years before Drop Dead Gorgeous came out. And we had seen like Fargo and gotten a little taste of the Minnesota culture as it's represented in film that way. And we were like, of course we're going to go see this. And then we go see it. And it just blew us away. It was not at all what we thought it was going to be.
We also
like
all
Cat's Tail.
knew, like, I feel like our moms all caught wind that Kirstie Alley was acting in a movie that was somewhat locally being
She's filming at
filmed.
Eden Prairie Mall.
Yes, because she was filming at Eden Prairie Mall, and like all of our
Which,
moms
that
found
is the
out
fun
because she was
fact.
doing all the Slim Fast shit at the same time.
Yep.
Well,
And in this
Kirstie Alley
film,
was
she's
big
just
in the 90s.
crazy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so like all of our
in
moms
everything.
knew, like followed her before it was a thing to follow her. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But yeah, we knew it was being filmed, and obviously, like I said, my dad worked with a guy who was on set, so it was like, oh yeah, let's go watch this movie that was made in our backyard. And then it turned out to be this cult classic, and it just got. I feel like it gets funnier every time I watch it.
It's very
This-
quotable.
Yeah, this was the first
Yeah.
time I had seen the film in a number of years, rewatching it, and I forgot how fucking hilarious it is. Like,
Mhm.
and it's little things, and I think that's the thing is like oftentimes when you watch modern films, especially their comedies, it's almost like they have to spoon feed you the comedy.
Mm.
And this one has so many subtle fucking things. Like even the one line that Kirsten Dunst has where she's talking about I wrote down the name of Tammy Curry and how she dies on the thresher and says Tammy wouldn't have smoked. Yeah, wouldn't have smoked.
Tammy only liked to have a cigarette
Yeah.
after a good
After
ride
Yes.
on the
Good
threshold.
And I'm like, yes, because of how, because it was shaking her between her legs.
Yep.
That's what it was. And like,
She
that
likes
is such a
vibration.
fucking line.
She had just come. Yeah. But I love, that's like one of the first interactions you get with the local cops
Yeah.
who are such a perfect representative of just how, well, in my opinion, useless cops are in general, but how these things are approached. Well, Must have been a case of smoking and driving. And we say that all the time.
Smoking
We
and driving.
also
Smoking
say
and driving.
one of our stims is no. Loretta called. There's been
a fire. We have so many vocal sims from this movie. She was the oldest living Lutheran. Now she's dead as a doornail. Just those like little characters are so spot on for like randos that you'll meet in small town Minnesota.
Sidewalks,
And-
father.
Sidewalks.
but it's just a thing,
Father
like,
Vanagon.
but like those things they're not being spoon fed to you. They're all woven into this movie, and like modern comedy, I don't think goes that deep anymore. I really don't. I think it is all like, how can I, in the least amount of resistance, give you exactly the comedy you want without making you fucking think for it. And like this movie really does a good job at making you pay. This is not a movie you can be on your phone and watch.
No.
Like, you can't do that. But getting back to the movie here, let's break down some of these characters, because the characters really are, I think, the core of this film. We talked a little about how this has a deep cast, but let's start with pre-Spider-Man fame, Kirsten Dunst doing
Kirsten Dunst.
Kirsten Dunst. Kirsten Dunst. Yes. The tap dancing morgue makeup attendant.
Oh my god. Yes.
My dream.
That
My
was your
dream
that was your
job.
dream.
She's
Oh,
really
yeah.
lucky to have a job that allows her to practice her routine.
I just love it how the one scene where she's doing the one older woman's makeup and the funeral director comes in and he's just like, "You're not following the picture," and the picture literally looks like what's her face from the Drew Carey show. Like,
Totally.
Yeah.
The blue
Well,
eyes.
I didn't
Yes.
want to send her to her maker looking like a $2 whore. Well, this $2 whore is that family's beloved mother. I know every fucking line from
I
this
know.
movie, and it's going to be a problem. I'm
I-
really
no, it's
sorry,
not.
guys.
no, it's not.
Amanda's
this is awesome.
autism is really in the spotlight this
Shining
episode.
today.
Listen, if you decided that you wanted to do an episode about Batman from 1989, John and I would be doing the exact fucking same thing. So
Well, I saw
you're
that
in
you
good
already
company.
did that.
We've done it a couple times. We have done that movie a couple times. But yeah, Kirsten Dunst plays the poor character who just wants to be Diane Sawyer. She doesn't even want to really win the pageant for the sake of winning the pageant. She just looks at it as like another rung to her ultimate goal of being Diane Sawyer, not being a
It's a stepping
reporter.
stone.
She doesn't want to be a
She's got
reporter.
dreams.
She wants to specifically be Diane Sawyer.
And the pageant here in Mount Rose is one of the only ways to get out of that town, besides hacky and prison.
Hacky.
Hacky.
So
Hacky.
she's going for it.
Amber's mom, played by the amazing Ellen Barkin, Annette, is awesome in almost every scene she's in. Like, even when she is just talking with Allison Janney and and then
Those are
gets,
the best scenes in
Well,
my
yeah.
opinion.
Loretta.
yeah, talking with Loretta.
Annette and
Allison Janney
Loretta-
steals the show.
Yes.
In
I
almost
love
every
how
scene.
Annette and Loretta
I love how
are-
horny she is. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She really is.
Yeah. And she can
Lives
get it.
2 trailers down.
Lives
Don't listen to her.
Are you guys
I
from
get
Cops?
You guys from Cops.
Are you guys from Cops?
Look, I know that she's supposed to look kind of like trashy, but Loretta, like I'd smash if
Okay,
if the
well, it's
timing's
interesting
right.
that
Yeah.
you say that because Allison Janney got full creative control over her makeup look and the like brand and application of the self tanner she used. She
Oh,
wanted it to be,
wow.
like, very authentic. Yes.
Oh my god, amazing.
Yes.
That's a level of
Yep.
detail that is Oscar worthy. I don't know any Academy Award winning actors who would go that far to say, no,
Mm-hmm.
we don't need that self tanner. We need this self tanner because this is the
Yep.
right chemical that is going to make me look just the right level of trailer trash.
Because it's
Yep.
less expensive and her Lee press-ons.
Mm-hmm. mm-hmm.
Oh, jeez. But
Throwing a brand new pair.
Annette is a former pageant show, not winner. She always came in second because Kirstie Alley plays Gladys Lehman, who's kind of like the unofficial like ruler of the town. Like the Lehman family alone, like literally owns the town. It almost seems
It's
like.
front page
They own
news
the
anytime
furniture
one of them
store.
takes a shit.
Yes, yes, it is.
Mhm.
It
You got
really is
have
true.
you been over to the Lehmans? Well, then you got all the pictures of the winner you need.
See, and the thing is, like,
But you know who
his-
should win, who deserves
Who's
to
to
win,
win?
is Amber.
She's gonna reenact this entire movie.
This is great. I love it.
The last
I
time
love
I
it.
watched this movie with Amanda, she was just saying every single line
Yeah.
the whole time. And her own boyfriend had to leave the room. He was like, I
Mhm.
can't.
Well, we're not together, so
Ex-boyfriend.
clearly he couldn't handle it.
He
Well,
couldn't handle the Drop Dead Gorgeous. He could, I mean, that was the thing. You just knew right there and then. You're like, dude, you can't handle Drop Dead Gorgeous. You're done.
Well, that's
And
when
that
I
was-
knew.
Oh
I
yeah.
was like, okay, start the egg timer.
Start-
well, Lester Lehman was played by Sam
Ugh.
McMurray, and the entire time I kept looking at him, and I was like, I've seen this movie a couple times, but I was like, what the hell? And I finally went, that's Clark Griswold's friend.
Yes, it
National
is.
Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Yeah.
Mhm.
yeah. He plays a real asshole.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
he's such a good, like, smarmy piece of shit actor.
He's the smarmy Republican neighbor.
He's
Yeah,
the
he's-
guy
I
who
feel
just
bad.
Sports
he's
car midlife crisis.
well. I was gonna say country club douchebag. Like that's what I was gonna say. Like the guy who's like the low end of the country club. Like he just got in because of the fact that he is top shit with his department store. Like that's
and
it.
what makes this so funny is that, like, the Lehmans might be the country club family in that town, but that town is Mount Rose, which is a small farm town that's surrounded by, like, reeking cow and pig shit
Yeah.
in the middle of nowhere is what it's
Pork
essentially meant to
processing
be.
plants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you
It's-
own a furniture store.
Congratulations. But they
His
just
furniture is-
yeah,
what do
this
they
is all
say
they've
is-
got.
What do they say his furniture is like from China or it's like fake or something like that? I know at the end of the movie they're like, yeah, it's not homemade. It's
His
not
furniture is as fake as my orgasm.
Like, yes.
Or
Oh,
like
man.
the float was built by my father's many Mexican employees.
Mhm.
It smells like
Mexican
gasoline.
workers.
It smells like gasoline. There's many Mexican workers. Jesus Christ. It
Oh.
ages
But I
mean,
so
that-
poorly.
Like, yeah, it's painful to hear it, but like that is
But it
not an
fits so
inaccurate
well.
representation of like
Yeah.
rural white Minnesota.
Here's the
Midwesterners.
thing.
Yep.
He's the thing.
We've
John and
met
I-
them.
Well,
We
I
also-
have many
them.
I have relatives who are that man.
Well, that's the thing is like, and I think where people
my
might
blood,
look at this
clearly.
movie and go like, oh man, that's so horrible. And yes, it is. But like the truth is, if you live in any small
Yep.
town in America,
Yep.
you will encounter people like that. I grew up in a small town outside of Pittsburgh, about 25 minutes north. And we were at this weird intersection where like at the time I lived there, it was being built up as just suburbia, but like you go a little bit past the road, you are in the sticks. And so because of that, you would meet people who very much talked, acted this way, but you know, that's just the way small towns are. Is it right? Fuck no. But like this is an accurate depiction. John, I know you also lived in small town
Well,
America
I lived-
up north.
Yeah, I lived in a college town, and that was the only reason we had any semblance of life in ours. But yeah, if you went right over the border into a little town called Albion, it was, or McCain the other way, you kind of got a sense of what it would be like to not have a university
Yes.
in your town. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's that's the thing is this is you could say, oh, it's horrible, but it's accurate, unfortunately. Like that's and especially in 1999, 98 when this was filmed, a little less scruples. They weren't wearing red hats. Now they probably would be.
Yeah, the ideology is the same.
Yeah, yeah. But breaking down some of the other characters, we also have Amy Adams in her first movie, as we talked about, playing Leslie
Well,
Miller.
Should we finish the what do we call it? The Lehman family, because we haven't discussed Denise yet.
Oh, we haven't.
We haven't
Our-
discussed Denise.
Our beautiful, beautiful Denise. How you got me through puberty.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
Jesus Christ.
So you're a real big Housewives of Beverly Hills guy? Or 'cause she's got some pretty epic seasons.
Oh, okay. I did
Wow.
not know that. No, she's just on the Mount Rushmore of John's Junior Spank Bank.
Oh, yish.
Save
All
it.
right.
Save it.
John, I want our guests to come back. Okay, I don't
That's
want
where
them
we
to be
can
like,
see him, John.
let's move on, John. Let's move
No.
on. I know you really,
No, we're staying
re-
here.
you really want to talk about Denise Richards. Okay, let's talk about Denise Richards
Yes.
and a non-sexual
John
thing.
really wants
She's
to
a
talk
fucking
about
bitch in this movie. She's horrible.
Oh, she's amazing.
Okay.
Rebecca Ann Lehman.
Yeah, but she's
President
a really
of the
good
Lutheran
shot.
Sisterhood Gun Club.
Yes, and she's a really good shot who happens to only shoot people in the head the same way that she killed that one guy in the head, or the hunting accident that occurred. Brett Clemens.
Yeah, that's what we're led to believe is that
Dick Cheney
Rebecca-
style, baby.
Yeah.
Sweet Rebecca Lehman is
I mean,
murderess.
I mean,
She's a
her
great
target. She is a really good shot in the same spot where he got shot in the head, all because he wouldn't go out with her because he wanted to go out with Amber instead.
Mm-hmm. Yep, killed the
You get what you
boyfriend.
get.
But
I love the fact that like this movie's concept of time is so fucked up because in the same minute as like, oh hey, let's go out on Friday night. Okay, that's cool. Next scene, he's dead.
mm-hmm. We don't have time. We don't have time.
We don't have time for
see
that.
if they're happy or
No.
if they, vibe.
This
We're
movie's
just gonna kill
this
him.
movie's
Yeah.
a tight 95. Okay.
This movie is a tight 95.
It is.
It is.
Maybe
It's
Thursday
perfect.
night was gun club practice.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean,
alibi.
we're all aware that it wasn't Rebecca Ann Lehman who did it, right? You're aware of that, right?
What, her
true.
mom?
You don't
Yeah.
you
It was
don't
her
think
mom.
Who's
No,
her mom?
the mom didn't kill him.
I think the mom did all
I
the
think the
murders.
mom-
I think that's what
I
we're
don't
supposed
think
to
so.
understand.
No,
I don't know.
no.
I mean, I have seen this movie like 800
I-
times.
I know.
But you tell me why you don't think that she was the murderer.
No, I think Kirstie Alley, Gladys killed majority of the people, but when it comes to the one guy, I think that was Denise Richards, because why would Gladys kill this kid for no reason? The only reason
Well,
she's
Turned his
being-
daughter down.
Also,
Denise
she
comes
is.
home complaining that her nemesis got a date with the guy she likes, and her
But
mom
she
is
is
a
she is
loon.
cleaning her rifle when they're interviewing her
Mhm.
about his death. It's a little bit
Mm.
suspicious.
It's possible.
I think that our main takeaway is that the mother's tendencies and proclivities leaked down to the daughter.
That's the
Oh,
way I
for
look
sure.
at it. That's
Yeah.
the
You
way I
guys-
look
And
at it.
that's really the only thing we have to walk away with.
Yeah.
You guys are so
Whether
clever. You
she
should have like
did it or not.
you should have like a crime podcast or something.
Somebody
Is it
should like
entirely
that.
possible that she did do that murder and then just got away with it because her mom had murdered all those other people in the town, and so it was easy to blame it on her mom? Sure. Is
Or
there
her mom
also a
knew-
possibility, and have we literally covered cases where moms are so insane about their teenage daughter that she would have followed him into the woods and shot him because he turned down her kid who asked him out at the lunch counter?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, you got a point there. You do have
You
a
know?
point there. I looked at it as like the foreshadowing was her at the gun club with the gun that she said.
Or is that a
Jesus
red
likes.
herring?
Yeah.
That's the genius of Drop Dead Gorgeous.
It really is. It really is.
The
The
mystery continues even after all these years.
Brittany Murphy plays Lisa.
Brittany Murphy.
Brittany Murphy.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Mhm.
You know, we covered
She's
her
so
in
cute in this
Clueless.
too.
We covered her in Clueless last week, and it was happy to see her in this too. She plays
Mhm.
Lisa, and Lisa just wants to. She doesn't really care too much about the whole pageant. She just wants to go to New York and
Mhm.
be
with
like
her
her
brother.
brother. Be like her brother.
Who is
Yeah.
a drag queen?
Who's a
in
drag
New York.
queen in New York.
Fine.
Peter. This is
And she
Peter
has the
as
heart of gold.
Liza.
As Eliza.
As a nice.
I love that part.
I know. I love it. It's so cute.
And she ends up kind of
So
saving.
sweet.
She ends up kind of saving the day for Amber.
Totally.
Because
will-
through all the shenanigans that ensues that we're going to get into in a minute, she ends up giving Amber a costume so that she can actually perform her tap dancing.
Because her costume was
is stolen.
already approved.
Yes, it was already approved. Don't ask me why a costume has to be approved to dance. I don't know.
You don't
Pageant
understand
nonsense.
pageants. You
Pageant
wouldn't get
nonsense. Yeah.
Pageant
This isn't about
isn't-
you,
it's
Brian.
not
I know.
for you,
I know.
Brian.
I'm well aware of that. I'm well aware.
God.
Well aware
They
of
have.
that.
Didn't you
know
read the
darn
bylaws?
well these costumes have to be
The
approved at least a
bylaws.
week in advance.
Chapter 6, Article 5, Paragraph
Yep.
2, Section 9.
Yeah.
Well, the pervert judge would know that.
Oh
the
my
pervert
God.
judge.
Can we talk about
I
the pervert
hate him.
judge?
Focuses solely on the outfits.
The young girls.
The
Is
young
that-
Yeah,
is that
I don't know
John
what the big
Doe?
deal is. Why?
Yeah.
You know, they're young girls, and I don't know what the big deal is. I don't know what the big
he's
deal is.
so gross. He's so
Is his
gross.
name John Doe in the movie?
Yes, it's
Yeah.
John Doe is his character.
Hey, well, here's the thing about that character. It's only insinuated from him. The movie suggests that Adam West fucked a kid.
Yes.
Yes, it
True.
does. Yes, it does.
True.
Do we want to get into just how each one of these deaths and accidents kind of occur? The
Yes.
first one that really happens is Tammy Curry, who's blown up on her Thresher, because she's also the president of the gun club, and Denise Richards really wants to be the president of the gun club, so she gets blown up. I talked about Brett Clemens getting shot in the head because he dared to ask out Amber, and blew off Denise Richards. And then Annette gets blown up via her trailer.
Yes.
And her
They
beer
blow up
can
her
gets
trailer.
fused to her hand.
She
Eventually they-
survives.
I love
Poorly
that they.
pressed.
I've seen this movie maybe 5 times before this, but I never noticed that they at one point have clearly just removed her hand.
Yeah,
Because near the
know.
end of the movie, she has a nub.
She has a claw.
Well, yeah, she opens
Yeah.
her beer can with
Yeah.
her claw.
Yeah.
But
It's
yeah,
a
she
hook.
survives
a
after clutching Amber's tap shoes while she was flying through the air like a goddamn lawn dart.
Landing
And she
ass
makes
up
it.
in the neighbor's flowers.
And she ends up in the hospital and she's experiencing severe nicotine withdrawal. And the acting between her and Allison Janney and Kirsten Dunst in that stretch.
And the candy striper.
Oh
in the
my God, the
hospital
candy
scenes.
striper.
And while Annette has this, I gotta give it to them. The makeup job, like the practical effect that they did with her hand, the melted Lee press-ons and the charred beer can just fused together was like some Cronenberg level body horror. It was so good.
Trying to drink
Well,
it.
she's
Yeah.
trying
Why
to
don't you
drink
see if
it
there's
like
a few
this.
more drops left in that can, Annette?
But even like towards the end when she's
Next
like
one
trying
come
to
in here without
open
a pack
the
of
can.
Lucky Stripes,
Guys, you hear me, Loretta? Sorry, were you guys saying something?
No, please. You're good.
What's going
You're
on?
good.
Where am I?
These are all of our vocal stems, you guys.
I love
Didn't
it.
you just watch the movie? You should
We
know
did.
exactly where you are.
We did.
But yeah,
I've not
they're-
seen it nearly as many times as you both have. But I mean,
Oh,
my god.
no,
You haven't.
no.
Get to work.
This is our 1989 Batman.
I love
okay?
it.
Mhm.
I fucking love it.
Well, I
Um,
guess the only thing Brian and I could compare is maybe, and this is nowhere. This movie's terrible. Is Sudden Death, which is a
That's more your
Jean-Claude Van
thing.
Damme
That's-
action movie.
but
it takes
I'm
place
not
in
a- I'm
Pittsburgh at Mellon
It
Arena.
is. It does.
That
It
is
is.
Not take Jean-Claude Van Damme remotely seriously, not for a second.
No, not even he can.
No, he
But-
I
can't take
can't.
himself seriously either. He can't either. But continuing in the deaths here, or just maimed, Janelle Betts gets knocked out deaf via
Yes.
a falling light. And the reason this happens is because she ends up switching spots with Amber, because Amber is the target of all of these things, all these calamities are all her. And she basically, it kind of reminds me a little bit of like Pepe Le Pew in Looney Tunes. Like every
Oh,
time,
kinda.
that's what it kind of is like you can't really get rid of Pepe Le Pew And it's the same thing with
Or
Amber. She
Roadrunner,
always kind of
maybe.
comes, well, kind of Roadrunner, both of
Yeah.
them. But they kind of always come out on top no matter what.
She gets close to death so many times.
So many times. But I love the fact that Janelle wanted to be deaf, and so like she was happy that she's deaf now.
You don't need to be deaf to do sign language there, but
Yeah,
yeah,
she
Janelle
loves- she's
for
very-
you.
But her cousin just gave birth to a deaf baby.
Deaf
She
baby.
has to be there.
She's gonna go see it. Yep,
That's right.
her getting clocked in the head. So this is another reason why I truly do believe that Gladys Lehman is responsible for the death of the boyfriend. Well, the not boyfriend, because Gladys is the one we are supposed to believe who is so like obsessed with her daughter's success because she's trying to live her glory days vicariously through her child, that she will stop at nothing to take out anything that would get in the way of her daughter getting what she wants. And I think maybe it could be a throw off with the boyfriend, because it's like, well, if her daughter wants the boyfriend, why would you kill the boyfriend? But I feel like she knew she couldn't just shoot Amber, and she's mad at the boyfriend. I don't think she's always making the cleverest decisions. I don't think she's the smartest assassin.
No.
As we see throughout this movie.
No,
But yeah.
she really isn't. And I mean, that point does put more sense. I mean, obviously she is extremely unhinged in this movie with regards to everything, not even just like with the murdering, but just in the organization of the pageant itself. Like even in the first couple minutes of the movie when she's talking about like, what's the theme of the pageant going to be? It's going to be America, or some other variations of USA. You know, we are America. Like,
How does she think of them? Yeah.
Well, wasn't this year's pageant, wasn't it Proud to be an American?
Yes.
And they were like, what was the year before that? And it was like,
I
by
can.
American.
by American. Yes.
And then,
By
can you remember any of the year of your favorite pageant? I can.
I can. Yes. Yeah. So she's clearly an insane person who's just got the town by the throat. And it leads ultimately to a pageant where, you know, Amber comes in second because she is able to get a costume because
And
Brittany
tap.
Murphy decides she's going to get out of the pageant because she doesn't really care about it. And Amber kind of gets in second place because the truth is the judges, all of them, are in, you know, Gladys's back pocket. You know,
they
like,
don't want to get Gladys's
No.
wrath if they don't vote.
no,
for
they don't. And
Becky
let's be
Lehman.
honest here, they know they could be killed. Okay, because it's kind of already a known town secret that the pageant kills people. Like even when we cut to like the shots of high schoolers in the bathroom and they're talking to the camera and they're saying like, "Oh yeah,
I love those girls, the
Th-
pregnant
the-
smoking girls.
yeah, they're fucking hilarious." But they're just like, "Yeah, we wouldn't be caught dead in the pageant because you'd be dead." Like, they already know that.
I do love
Yeah.
a adult male film crew in a high school girls' bathroom.
Hey, it's
Yeah,
fine.
This is
They got
Clinton's
in there.
America, baby.
Yeah.
Clinton's America at the time. Okay,
We weren't worried about nefarious characters. As long as John Doe stays out of there, they're good.
yeah. But ultimately, Becky does win. She does win the pageant. Obviously didn't see that one coming. But she gets I would call this one of I literally while I was watching this, I bust out fucking laughing so hard because I forgot this was in the movie. Like I seriously forgot this scene was in the movie. But Becky is on a float, a giant swan that she wanted, and she complains how it smells like gasoline, which I'm like, oh, I wonder what could happen here. And sure enough, goes up in an inferno. Not an explosion, a massive inferno.
Close
That-
casket funeral.
Tragically, is like the one event that wasn't coordinated.
Exactly.
It was fucked up because Gladys's husband, what is it, Lester? What is his name?
Yeah.
I should know this, but I hate him.
Lester
but
Lehman.
Lester Lehman.
He commissions that, and he cuts every corner, and it's
From his
leaking
workers,
gas.
many Mexican workers.
Mm-hmm. And then
It's
it
terrible.
blows up, and it blows up. So she kills it. Kills her daughter.
It kills her
the
daughter.
Lehman still killed her.
That's why ate my baby.
But honestly, the moment when it like cuts to full chaos, and there's almost just like people's own POV through their own VHS tapes footage of the chaos at the scene, and everybody in the background is just screaming, "Oh God! Oh crap! Oh crap! Oh God!
Oh crap! Oh crap!"
Having been in some shocking situations with groups of Minnesotans,
Is that what they do?
accuracy?
Is it
It's
like
spot on.
so? The oh crap! That is total. That is
Oh
actually.
God!
Oh
Oh
gosh!
crap!
Oh crap!
Oh
Oh gosh!
crap!
Oh crap! Oh crap! Oh gosh! The
Yup.
panic. The panic sets in. Instinct takes over, and you don't curse.
No,
Wow.
it was crazy. I was like, "Holy
Good
shit!"
Lutherans.
Good Lutherans.
Lutherans.
Oh crap!
But I think I just
Oh,
love the fact
gosh.
that thing just burns out as fast as it's.
It's
like
just a cage
it-
skeleton of wire.
It's all
It's
tissue
so
paper
good.
and gasoline, apparently.
Yes, and then she's lighting it to make it glisten with real sparklers
Yes.
that are spitting fucking hot bits.
Yes.
It's just like, what did you think was gonna happen?
Yeah. But and of course
Doesn't
this.
she say like my dress is gonna reek
Yes, because of the gasoline.
because of the gas? It's terrible. It's
Oh,
so good.
but this leads to a moment where Gladys admits, like, "Oh yeah, I totally was trying to kill Amber the
Yup.
entire time, and
Yup. She
It's-
admitted to killing
everybody."
but pretty much I mean, not by name, but like
No.
she gave examples of yep.
Yeah, and
Should have
and
been you up there. What are you looking at? Oh, goddamn town full of losers. That's what I'm looking at. I do like to scream that. I like to scream that when I'm really upset. When
So
I'm crashing
here-
At
out.
her whole goddamn town full of losers.
At just
Yeah.
my cats. Just my cats staring up at me. What are you
Here's
looking
a-
at?
Here's a question for all of you. Don't you think they could have given like the charred crown to Kirsten Dunst at this point and declared her the winner, and the movie could have ended?
No, dude,
No.
because they
Well,
gave
you had
her
to
the
have
charred
state.
crown. They gave her the crown at Becky's funeral.
Yes.
It was
Yeah.
on top of Becky's casket. And then the other
yeah.
representative who played Frau Farbissina in,
I was gonna
Yes.
say,
in Austin Powers.
Mindy.
And that's
Yeah.
why the Nazi Germany comment is so fucking funny, because Austin Powers had just come out,
Right,
so everyone
right.
associated her with a Nazi.
yeah,
Kind of, yeah. I don't know
Oh,
where they get
totally.
this stuff. But yeah, she takes the crown off of the casket and puts it on Kirsten Dunst's head, and then fucking Loretta is like taking pictures of the back of her head with a disposable camera. She's so proud.
At
Oh.
the
And then
funeral.
she gets to go to state, and this is many people think it could have just ended there.
No.
But the scenes we get
Mm-mm.
at state.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is like the one moment where you're like, okay, is Amber's luck run out? Like that's the way I looked at it. It's like, okay, her luck's run out. She's not gonna be able to compete with the other towns in Minnesota. You're kind of screwed. But you get, I mean, one, you've got comedic legends in this movie, which I had them up here in a moment ago. Nora Dunn,
The two women that are running the stateside
yeah,
pageant.
Mo Gaffney and Nora Dunn. Nora Dunn from Saturday Night Live fair, but yeah, this sets up fucking hilarious where everybody's eating shellfish. And it's one of those things that honestly, I don't care what anyone says. There are multiple movies that have played around with this. Like the movie Go from I think it was from 99 as well.
Oh my god,
Go,
I
that's a
haven't seen
classic.
it.
You haven't seen
Mhm.
Go?
No, I know it's on my list.
Lucy, you've
I've
seen
been yelled
Go,
at
right?
for this before.
Don't they like leave like a grocery store and then
Yes.
they
Don't
have
they
to like
go?
go for the rest of the night? Or like a
Yes.
rave. There's like a rave.
There's a rave
involved.
in there. Yeah, that's. But there's also a scene where we're eating shellfish at a Las Vegas buffet, led to people having gastric distress. And sure enough, in this movie too, everyone and their mother just binges on the shellfish that's there.
But not Amber.
She won't touch
Not our
it.
girl.
Because her
No.
mom always told her not to eat anything that carries its house around. You don't know the last time it's been cleaned.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And that saves her ass because everyone in the state starts vomiting, even the sound guy.
Everywhere.
All
Like-
over the airport Hojo.
Yeah,
Yes.
they're like over the balconies of the hotel.
Mhm.
People are passing out, and it's
Cascading vomit.
and it's disgusting. Whatever they use for the vomit, it's like thick and
Oh, yeah.
Chunky.
and chunk. Oh, it's so
And it's
fucking
projectile
gross.
too. It is not like
Look.
durable. It's projectile stuff. Amber, of course, getting away scot-free again,
Mhm.
ends up winning state because she's
Yes.
the last one standing.
Last one standing.
And she finally gets to go to nationals, and unfortunately, it is discovered that the makeup company
Sarah Rose. Cosmetics.
has apparently been raided by the IRS.
IRS. Yep.
And the entire pageant itself is now no more.
Everything's done.
Everything. It's done.
Yep. All these poor sad beauty queens get back on the bus and make their way. Well, Kirsten Dunst gets back on the bus. All the other sad poor beauty queens
They
fly
lose
off in a fit
their
of rage.
shit.
and absolutely destroy the Sarah Rose Cosmetics like corporate
Yes.
lobby area, like courtyard.
They lose their
It's
fucking
spectacular.
mind. Yeah.
But then we get maybe the best scene of the movie.
This is the best scene in the movie, and this is the ending, because I almost was like, at first I was like, do we need this ending? But I'm like, no, we totally need this ending, because it's always hinted at after Kirstie Alley goes to jail that she's going to get revenge, and she's even in prison saying like, I know people on the outside, Amber, they're going to get you, and it ends up being where
she's kind of she's built herself into a position of power inside the prison, and has even started an in-prison pageant.
Yes. But she is able to get out of prison, and she starts like becoming a sniper.
Yep.
Trying
gets
to
a gun.
kill Amber.
And she's trying to kill Amber at some, I don't know, the town festival or something that she anticipated Amber being there. But so she's shooting from the roof down into like a crowd of people,
like a
screaming for Amber to come
ceremony.
out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like Brenda Spencer, like the first female school shooter.
Kind of.
Oh my god, I hate Mondays. Totally.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Garfield. Anyway.
But anyway,
No.
she ends up killing the news anchor, which leads
Well,
to...
I don't think she killed her.
You
I
don't-
think she just shot her, and then she couldn't continue the live news anymore.
well,
I'm
fair
Shot
believing
her
enough.
in
that
the
she
shoulder.
survived.
It doesn't seem fatal to me.
Okay,
An
fair
expert.
enough.
But
Fair
she
enough.
does
Yeah,
shoot
because
her.
Amber's our hero. She couldn't just, if she shot her like right between the eyes and Amber picked up.
No,
the
but
knife, that
Amber
might-
didn't get
yeah.
hit. That's the whole thing.
No, I'm saying
No,
the reporter.
He's saying,
Yeah.
If the
Oh, yes.
reporter had died and Amber jumped in and picked up the mic, that would have been a little.
Little
But
gross.
because
Yeah.
the report, she even says like they're working on her. One of our reporters has just been shot. They're working on her right now. But yeah, she grabs the mic. She gets in there. This is Amber
I love that
Atkins
you know
reporting
all of
live
these.
from blah blah blah. One of our reporters has
She-
just been shot. They're working on her now,
The-
and she delivers a perfect play-by-play of
Yes.
the situation.
Diane Sawyer
Diane
level
fucking
performance.
Sawyer.
Sealing her fate as a new news anchor.
A new face of KWRL. I don't know.
Or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
She says something like that.
She finally gets exactly what she's always wanted to be, Diane
She
Sawyer.
does. The story itself is, I think, pretty solid. Beauty pageant, murder mystery, competition, crazy mom. But honestly, like, some of the best parts of it are the weird little cut-in bits, like
Yes.
the old lady explaining what lutefisk is. The
I
former
didn't know
beauty
what the
pageant
hell
who
that
works,
fish was.
I
fish
did.
was.
Yeah.
I did not
You've
know
never
what
had
that was.
lutefisk?
No.
Had you
Oh.
not heard of it at all, or you
at
just
all.
didn't know
Like,
what it was?
No, I had no idea what it was.
That's so weird to me.
That is weird
Yeah.
to me.
We're gonna have to have you
another
try
one
this.
is-
It's awful.
I will try. I will try terrible food if you're going to give me terrible food, as long as it's not,
Mhm.
Not with that
shellfish.
attitude.
As long as it's not shellfish, it's going to make me vomit.
We
But-
can't say it won't make you vomit.
mm,
But another detail that I liked was them talking about Gladys in her women's facility, like with her. It was like White
Mhm,
Bear
at
Lake
prison.
Women's Correctional Facility,
Mhm.
yeah.
and she was doing like a pageant or something.
Mhm.
She looked terrible.
I
No,
love
Anyways,
that. I
those-
love that detail.
All
I
of those
love
follow-ups
the-
were all real towns, like in our area of Minnesota. So
Mhm.
and like the former beauty queen that was doing all the commercials for St. Paul pork products.
oh yeah,
I love St. Paul pork products so much. I work here now. And she's just standing in her pageant outfit, but with a bloodied butcher's
Yes.
apron on and big gloves with like huge images of like raw like sausage being put into casings behind it.
pork
It's just like,
production.
it's so insane, the little like cut-ins and random stuff they do that made this movie so magical, and it just really felt like the woman who wrote this, like it felt like she lived here, and
Oh,
I'm assuming
yeah.
she did.
She did. I mean, she
Yeah.
wrote
Yeah.
it from a stance of this was similar to her experience living in small town Minnesota, and also with the pageants. Like, this came from real life. And that's a thing where, like, those are always the best movies when they are grounded in someone's actual experience. It ends up ringing more true, even if it is hyperinflated to, fantastical proportions.
It almost has like an early unpolished kind of like Diablo Cody vibe to
very
it.
much so.
I agree,
Which
with
I really
that.
like.
It's like
Yes.
this really like earnest small town, like I'm writing what I know sort of
Mhm.
vibe, and it really comes through.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's very much worth a watch, but it's really hard to find. Unless you are like me and you
Tubi.
have three copies on DVD.
It's on.
It
I
is
have
on
two on
Tubi.
Tubi.
It
You get the
hasn't
ads.
always
No.
been on Tubi. You do get the ads. It was briefly
I
on
think
HBO
it's on
Max.
HBO, yeah.
It's not on
Not
there anymore.
Not
anymore?
anymore. No.
Mm-mm. It was briefly on HBO Max and briefly on Delta Airplanes. Also not there anymore.
I forgot. it
Also
was on
not
Delta.
there anymore.
Yep.
We got so many DMs that were like, it's on Delta right now.
But it's like known in the cult following of this movie that basically, unless you're willing to pirate it, buy it on DVD, or now watch it on Tubi with ads, it's not
Yeah.
an easy movie to find. It like wasn't even streaming on like Amazon or other places that you would normally be able to just buy one of these movies.
Yeah.
I have
And
a
And I think
feeling-
that gives it kind of more charm and mystique
Yeah.
in its own way.
I have a feeling this is a movie, and I don't know if anyone from Vinegar Syndrome or Arrow Video are listening, but like maybe make this a Blu-ray version, because
Oh,
this
that'd
is
be cool.
absolutely one that I would see, being put in an Arrow Video or a Vinegar Syndrome type release.
Mhm.
You know
People
what I mean?
love this movie, and it's such a fucking good movie. And even as people like Amanda and I who have been watching it from when it came out, we watch it over and over
Mhm.
again. It is definitely a cult favorite. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
if anyone
And
out
you
there is
do
listening-
discover like silly little things about it every time you watch it too, which I think speaks to what you were saying in the beginning, is that like it's not written to be super on the nose with the comedy and like really heavy handed with the comedy.
Mhm.
You do have to, and if you're in kind of the cultural in group of that small town Midwest experience, you're going to pick things up that other listeners or watchers wouldn't see. So it is really fun, and I definitely recommend it, watching it more than
Definitely.
once.
Okay, are we ready to get to some reviews?
Yes.
Yes.
please.
Okay. For the uninitiated, for people who do not know, the review section of our episode is where I pull reviews from Letterboxd or from you, the listener or viewer. Unfortunately, I still don't have anyone taking me up on people who are listening and watching who give me some reviews. So I do have to pull from Letterboxd.
Come on, people.
I know,
Send
right?
in your own reviews.
I know,
A
they don't.
sentence or two. We're
They
not
don't.
asking you to write a dissertation.
It's, I
You know,
mean,
for-
granted,
for
we got
Brown.
the newsletter. It's brand spanking new. I get it. People aren't used to it yet. But like, yes, if you join our newsletter, you too can submit your reviews, 1, 2, 3, 4 sentences, I don't care, and we will read them during our review section.
Do it.
kind of a
Send
win-win.
in. I'll send in my Drop Dead Gorgeous manifesto when we wrap here.
I will take it. I will take it. But these reviews I did pull from Letterboxd. A couple of them are like, I think one of them is a mean one. One of them is one that's a negative one, but it's good.
You know what? We got to hear from both sides of the aisle.
Well, only one of them is a
Fair
negative
and balanced.
one. Yeah, fair and balanced.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to review number 1. This cast is my Avengers.
Okay, I know that that's not our Lucy because I don't think you've
Not
seen
mine.
the
No.
Not me.
Avengers.
I almost wanted to ask you. I was like, Lucy,
Yeah.
is this you? Did you go on Letterboxd and drop that in?
But yes.
I don't know what the Avengers reference even. I know
It's
there's
just
a
like
show.
the
I know
best-
that there are the Avengers, but like
It's
Well,
the
there
best
are-
of the
there-
best.
like
The
Dream Blunt
1960s
rotation.
TV show, The
Yes.
Avengers.
Yes, of course,
Dream,
British
Dream
one.
Blunt rotation.
Yeah.
Dream
Yeah.
team.
Dream Blunt rotation. Yes, absolutely. Agree.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No.
I
What else
actually
didn't
like.
write it?
I found it interesting. I was like trying to count the Oscars and the dead people, and I was only one Oscar, Allison Janney. So
Mm-hmm.
out of everybody,
One
in this
Oscar.
movie.
How many dead people now, though? For sure, Kirstie Alley.
Kirstie Alley, yeah.
And I'm sure other people from the cast are dead. But...
Brittany Murphy.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Brittany Murphy,
Fuck.
of course.
I just,
Brittany
in my
Murphy,
mind,
yeah.
she's always just alive to me. I will not accept that she is gone.
No.
She gone.
Ugh.
She gone. Yes.
Ugh.
No, but this, just as we've talked about before, this cast is stacked to the nines.
It's perfect.
Really, really solid comedic acting in this. And what's crazy about it is just the fact that everyone in this, and even with the exception of Denise Richards, because she was already pretty well known by this point, are brand spanking new. Like they're new at this, and you could see where their career is going to go. Like I was completely blown away and surprised when I saw that Amy Adams was in this and that it was her first movie, because nowadays we don't really see Amy Adams as a comedic actor. Like, that's not the type of person she is. I mean, she's done some comedic roles. Like there was one where she was a werewolf that I don't know if you ever saw that one.
That was
I mean,
recently-ish, last 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
I think, it's called like Dog or something.
Yes. Yeah. And that had
I've seen
comedic things in it and it was funny. But she's more or less known for these more higher end dramatic roles. Whereas
I
this,
kind
she's
of
kind of
love
off the
it.
wall.
I kind of love that Denise Richards was sort of like the sort of hot like underpinning
Mm-hmm.
between like these late 90s actresses, or like at least fame with like her and Kirstie Alley, and then the early aughts with like more of the Amy Adams and the Kirsten Dunst, and sort of it's sort of like a connective tissue, I think, when it comes to like comedy and just good successful movie making and character development, because all of these characters are so distinct. And I think that Denise Richards' previous fame sort of added to this like hot popular teenage girl sort of, it added to the whole
her character.
vision.
Yeah, it was like perfect. It was definitely a cross-generational cast done really, really well, and they all complemented each other really well.
Totally.
Definitely.
So I also agree. This cast is my Avengers for sure.
Awesome. All right, let's go to review number 2. Brittany Murphy blowing out the mic by screaming gay at the top of her lungs. Queen behavior.
Correct. 10 out of 10, no notes.
10 out of 10, no notes.
You know what, Dad?
Iconic scene,
Peter's gay.
not only because of our personal connection to it, but just like
Yep.
gay. Also, Liza, he's living his life, Dad. This is like a moment of like affirmation.
Definitely.
For all
Brittany
the
Murphy
controversial
steals the
things
show.
in this movie, for all the controversial things in this movie, like it is very like gay positive, which is
Yeah.
a beautiful thing for 99.
Yeah, and something that was unusual in 1999.
Well, and I think, and I know we didn't really talk about her because she's just such a tiny character in this, but one of the contestants who's like the theater girl who does the Soylent Green monologue is her talent.
Yes.
Oh my god. Okay, I was also just gonna point out the girl who's adopted by the Chinese parent.
Oh,
She makes her like
yeah.
American. Like there are all of these not quite appropriate and very niche characters, but they play them up so fucking well. Like the Soylent Green character.
Yes. Yeah. The Chinese family that is like all we want to be American, and they yell.
Aren't they Japanese? Because isn't that why the joke about nuclear power is lands?
Oh yeah, maybe they're Japanese.
Oh,
Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry about that. But I just find it funny that they yell at their natural, like their biological kid.
Yeah, for speaking to them in Japanese.
Japanese.
Beautiful and brilliant.
Yes.
Very clear.
She's their child.
She's their child, and they yell at her because she's not American enough.
No, it's definitely not a PC approach to the conversation of integration of immigrant families into American culture.
It's one of those cultural pokes that like resonate throughout the movie, which is why, yes, it's inappropriate and we couldn't make these same jokes today, but like we get it because it's still like there, just maybe not in the same words, you know?
I think it all still
People have seen it and experienced it.
I think it all still goes back to like, it's more or less making fun of small town America and small town thinking, because that's where I think it is. It's more or less like, yes, these are absolutely inappropriate and offensive jokes, but here's the thing. There are ignorant people who act that way, and this movie makes fun of the ignorant people.
Yeah,
but I do think the Soylent Green girl was a queer coded character.
Absolutely.
I think she was 100%. A lesbian.
100%.
Which I appreciate.
It does, take this with the greatest self from a heterosexual white male who's never been hungry in his life. But yeah, I've always thought it comes down to who is the joke really on. You know, like I feel that like the former pageant winner who has the horrific eating disorder, they're not making fun of people with eating disorders. They're making fun of what pageantry that type circuit does to somebody with the unrealistic expectations of women in this type of racket. So
I was finishing my costume, brushing up on current events, and running about 18 miles a day on about 400 calories. I was ready.
And then just the brushing of the hair, and the hair goes.
Oh, God. Just a little snarl.
What hair there is. It's awful. It's so fucking awful. But it's so spot on, and like,
it's spot on in how over the top it is. It's supposed to be over the top.
Very much.
And I also think that, like, again, back to this idea that like every time you watch it, it like kind of strikes a different chord. Not only because Amanda and I first watched it when we were
kids,
16, and now we're getting the other jokes. But also just because, I don't know, words change and language kind of evolves, and like
seeing it through other lenses.
It becomes more risque and therefore more like it just pokes different parts of us. I don't know. It's just one of those movies that I think evolves with, and it is, as we've said, very much a sign of the times, but also the humor is just there. And I love that this is a movie that I can watch over and over. And when I meet a friend who has never seen it, I just delight. I was like,
showing it to people for the first time.
Please, it's so funny. Yeah,
the look on their faces is probably the best part.
Yeah, it's they don't have any idea what they're about to get into.
No, and I have to keep myself from like reciting every line as I know Amanda does, and also just like laughing more uproariously than they are, because it's just funnier to me on the 100th watch.
Wait, you quoted lines from this movie?
Keeping my mouth shut.
All right, let's go to review number 3. This was a nasty one. I was expecting something like Jawbreaker, the realm of 90s The realm of 90s high school raunchy comedy that's somewhat problematic by today's standards. But this feels like what Shane Dawson would have made if he were ever given a promising premise to run with and wrote a script from there. I stayed, and by that, I mean I skimmed through after the first 40 minutes. Shame. For all the amazing actresses that are too good for this movie, not including Kirstie Alley.
All right. You know, you're entitled to your opinion, but your review having only 3 likes, Sean, is going to tell you everything you need to know.
Well, also the fact that the person's favorite person in this is Kirstie Alley, I think that maybe is a dog whistle. I don't know.
No, I think she's saying he stayed for the amazing actresses
Except
that
for-
are too good for this movie,
Yeah.
not including Kirsten.
Oh, yeah, you're
He
right.
liked
yeah.
everyone
Thank
else
God.
except for Kirstie Alley.
Who the
Yeah.
fuck is Shane Dawson?
I
just
don't
Googled
know.
him. He
Dawson's
he's a
Creek.
singer.
That's what I immediately thought. I'm like, is this Dawson's Creek? Or are you making
Dawson
fun of that?
Leary.
I don't know.
Dawson's Creek.
I know.
Okay, I never
I-
saw the
I-
show. So
But here's the thing. I don't think comparing this to Jawbreaker or expecting Jawbreaker is fair.
It's not.
It's
a
not
totally
because
different movie.
those are completely different styles of movies.
Why would you remake Jawbreakers?
Well, he was just
Right?
this person thinks that he was expecting a
edge.
Jawbreaker. He wants an edgy
a Jawbreaker style movie.
Yes. And it's like, one, this is a mockumentary, so you're not going to get that. If you're expecting a narrative that's going to flow naturally, it's not there. Secondly, Jawbreaker is, I put that more in the realm, even though I love Jawbreaker, it's one of my favorite, like, high school mean girl comedies.
movies to
from
masturbate
that-
to, Brian.
No,
Oh
no,
God.
no.
There it is.
That's you, John. Okay.
The hat trick.
This is in
The hat
your
trick is
thing.
complete.
I just feel like trying to even expect that is not fair.
Well, I love a review that says, I wanted this to be a different movie that it wasn't,
Yeah.
and then makes a reference to somebody that nobody knows. So yeah,
Well, there-
Sean's killing it. Shane Dawson would be so proud of you, Sean, whoever that
Oh,
is.
and by the way, I looked up Dawson's Creek. Like, I guess none of us watched that show. Dawson's his first name. I just found that out.
I know, and I did
Ah.
watch that show.
Oh,
We
okay.
did watch that show.
You
I
mean
don't
his
want to
last-
dare you.
Leary.
His last name isn't Creek.
It's Leary.
But yeah, but you know, the thing is, like, we've all had an expectation of a movie when and it wasn't what we thought, but that's not the
True.
movie's fault.
I don't blame the movie.
Mm-mm.
You know, I wanted to like Batman v Superman, but it ended up being Batman v Superman. So
Mhm.
What was
That's
that
the
Ben
director's
Affleck
fault.
movie where his wife goes missing and they think that he killed her? And then,
Oh.
it's a really popular book.
yes, and I'm blanking on the movie.
Gone
Life
Girl.
Beneath.
Gone Girl.
Gone Girl.
Gone
Oh,
Girl.
Gone Girl. Oh,
And the
wish
thing
it
is,
was
I thought the
nice.
movie was going to be like a nuanced exploration. Like, I thought that she was never going to be found, and it was kind of like, did he or did he not do it? And it was going to be this deep, introspective character study. So when the movie actually, spoiler alert for anybody out there who hasn't seen Gone Girl, like that she set this all up, and it was this big,
Mhm.
elaborate plan. I'm like,
Mhm.
that's not the movie I expected, but that's not the movie's fault. That's
Mm-mm.
mine. You know?
It's one of those things that sometimes you can go into a movie and
Yeah.
be surprised by it
Mhm.
not being what you thought it was going to be.
Well, this is why I don't watch trailers, like
Yeah.
almost ever.
Yeah.
I don't
No.
want to have an expectation of a movie. I just want to go see it and let it be its thing.
That's right. That's right. All right, let's get to our final review of the episode. And this one it's a long one, but it's a good one. Less a satire of teen beauty pageants and more a parody of small town American hopelessness. The ultimate
Ding,
joke
ding.
is not the inherent absurdity of winning a contest based on being the prettiest, kindest, most talented girl in town. It's that none of that means a damn thing to the poor girl from the trailer park without the help of an extraordinary convergence of beneficial tragedies to launch her to her dream job.
Mhm.
Success isn't predicated on hard work, talent, or looks, but on pure, dumb, comically extreme amounts of luck. Luck that happens to involve the ruin of others. Ain't that America? Reclaimed masterpiece? Not quite. A little bit too much Will Sasso for its own good, maybe, but it's
Agreed.
got its heart in the right place. I disagree with that
Yes.
last part. I love the Will Sasso.
Hey, you can have Will Sasso. He is all yours, buddy.
That's fine.
But no, I totally agree. I think it is a movie that
Will Sasso has his place.
yeah.
The only time is like when he was like jumping on stage to try to tackle a woman, which I was like, okay, that's
that
the
the
only
only
time that I was
That's it.
bothered
the
by
only
him.
time.
That's the only time, John,
Yeah.
you were just like, okay, that's a step too far.
Well, I'm thinking the entire time that his character is out of date, but I'm like, it's 99, like whatever. I'm gonna look at it through that lens. But when he's trying to sexually assault a woman and they're yelling the R word, I'm like, okay.
Mhm.
This is the one time I'm gonna stand on my ivory tower and be like, maybe this shouldn't be in here, even in 99.
Mhm.
Not great.
No,
But
not
like
great.
this reviewer says, it's got its heart in the right,
It's got its heart in the right
wrong place.
That's right. That's right. Well,
And having Hank like attack Kirstie Alley was a little bit awesome.
well, we
And
had
as
to
a
have
woman,
something
I
happen.
can say that.
We had to have something happen to Kirstie Alley because she's the villain of the whole damn movie. So I mean,
We had to
Worse.
have her be afraid of some sort of underrepresented aspect of society.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
100%, sure, movie.
So what do
But-
you give it on your letterbox out of how many is it? 5?
Oh, John and I are terrible at Letterboxd. We're
Yeah.
absolutely terrible at it.
Well,
I'm an
how
out
many
of 10
stars are you
guy.
able
How many
to give?
stars?
Out of 10? You're an out of 10 person?
We honestly don't do the stars thing. I mean, John, how many stars would you give this?
8.5, closer to a 9 than an 8.
I would say more like a 9. I would probably give it a 9. I'd say one of, if not the best mockumentaries I've ever seen. And I've seen a lot of mockumentaries. I know like a lot of people go, oh, what about Spinal Tap? Spinal Tap's great. Christopher Guest is great. But I love the edge and just the dark humor that this movie gives you and just the absurdity of it.
It's something different.
Yes, it is something different.
Something different.
Something different.
Definitely. Definitely. Now you folks don't necessarily do movies on your podcast. Tell us a little bit about Wine and Crime. Like, I am curious how did Wine and Crime get started for the uninitiated on our podcast who've never have listened to, which heaven forbid they should.
How did crime get started?
How did crime and
That-
wine?
That we don't have time to get into.
And fermented
but
grapes. How'd that happen? Sorry, go on.
Basically-
Both as old as time.
we have a history of getting drunk and watching old episodes of Forensic Files and like being blown away by mostly the recreations on those episodes, like the reenactments.
But also just
we
like
were
through the lens of like the press of actual crime. It's just, like kind of fascinating how things are blown up. And yeah, we just sorry to take it
So
away
we were
from
like,
you, but
No, we were basically
Yeah.
just like, what if we turned drinking and watching Forensic Files into drinking and talking about things that you could maybe see on Forensic Files? And Wine and Crime was born.
yep.
And we've been doing it since 2017 and we love it. I mean, you've been in the pod biz for a long
I
time.
have.
We also have been in the
10
pod
years.
biz for a long time.
Mhm.
We're right behind you there.
Yeah.
And it's true crime and comedy, which seems like a weird combination, but
No, it
we
doesn't.
like to approach challenging conversations with a little bit of humor, most of which is self-deprecating and never at the expense of the victims of these atrocities. But it's just kind of our little take on the things happening in the world or that have happened in the world. And it's fun.
Yeah.
Well,
And you
I
can
love
find it
that.
everywhere.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, well, I love that because your approach is exactly the approach that we took when we started. So we started in 2016, same sort of deal. Podcasts at that time were, I always tell people, I'm like, it was two camps. You either had people who were drunk who didn't know what the fuck they were talking about when it came to movies, or you had like we called them the film twas, and that's film spotting people who were very dry and just not really engaging. And like you folks, we kind of came in. It's like, well, what if we combine movie and analytics and talking about movies with comedy? And thus our podcast is born too. So it's funny how like, even though we're talking about two completely different subjects, either true crime or in our case movies, there's a commonality of how do we, inject humor into what may be considered dry subject matter or
Yeah,
horrible
our
subject matter?
podcast is very much the answer to the question of how do your like hyper fixated and weird besties talk about true crime,
Mhm.
and that's kind of where we fall in that in that space.
Jokes of poopies meets pedagogies.
Yeah,
Yeah, that.
exactly. Spot on. Perfect.
Yeah. But your
He knows
podcast
us.
has blown up. Like you're on tour now. You like this is your job. Like literally John and I are going, we're not worthy because that's our goal. So
Yeah.
you're living the dream. And like how
Well,
did that
reconsider
blow
that
up?
goal.
The dream is hard,
Reconsider
let me
that
tell
goal.
you. It's really cool, and
Don't
we're so happy.
quit your day job.
We're so happy to have had the opportunity to do that. We do still work outside of here, but it is our main job.
Mhm.
And yeah, I mean, we've been trying to just continue to grow and learn new things throughout all the years that we've been in the business, and we've always connected with other people who have, helped us and encouraged us along the way. And it's really just keeping at it and finding your audience, and they'll take good care of you.
That's right.
Totally. Yeah. Community is very important to us. And that said, we're going to be in Portland at the Portland Pickles game on
Mhm.
is it
August 4th.
4th?
I love that.
It's one of their last home games, if not their last home game. So
We're throwing the first pitch at
I would-
I think
Portland
we're throwing
Weird
out the
Night.
opening pitch.
I was
which
gonna
will be
say,
so
are-
funny because our upper body strength is ridiculous.
We're gonna try to throw
guys
it at the same
throwing a
time that
screwball?
I'm holding it.
You throwing a screwball,
Hmm?
forkball? You gonna do a change up?
Girl, I don't know. I haven't
What?
decided yet.
We're both gonna hold part of it and try to throw it together at the same
Gotcha.
time.
I
What's
used
that?
to
We're
pitch.
What do you
I
call
used-
that?
We're hoping that our collective strength
Uh,
combined will
That's what
just
my
shoot
that's
it
what my
just straight
uncle
to
would
the
call
back.
throwing like a girl.
That's perfect. Well,
My
we're gonna throw
uncle.
like two
Yeah.
girls.
Well,
There you
your
go.
uncle is a sexist, and
Oh,
he's more than
that.
Prove him right.
He's
he
more
dead?
than that.
Is more than
Is
that.
he more
he's
than a
every-
sexist?
He's every-ist.
He's
A
every
dead
ist.
Well,
Am I-
rest in piss. But anyway, yeah, I
You
mean,
know what?
that's kind of
You've just inspired me to like take up professional pitching lessons. Just to get
Lucy's gonna end up
I don't
having
have
like
the energy.
one. You're gonna have
I
like
have a
one
booty
arm
that.
that's like veiny and muscular when you're by the
No.
time you get to August.
no.
It's
Oh,
gonna
Throw,
be
should I
throw a
get
breaker ball. They're
Should I
gonna
get a
expect your
fake-
fastball.
Should I get
So
like
throw
a
a breaker.
rubber huge arm? To just
You mean
We
like
should
an
get- we should
anchor
get-
arm from SpongeBob?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
should get like goose suit muscle shirts so that we look
love
like we have
this.
big muscles when we
Or
throw
the
the match.
silicone like the silicone body like
Yeah.
muscles? Yeah,
We don't have the
Let's go out
budget
there.
for that, Brian.
Sure you do.
We're gonna be stuffing. We're gonna be stuffing with cotton and sticks and twigs.
Like we're gonna have
You could
puffy
be like-
muscles. That's what we're gonna have.
We're gonna
You
have
could
the
be like a
spikiest
little boy
biceps
in
in
Rookie of the Year.
town. I want to be like a little boy. All right.
But yes, we are going to be in Portland on August 4th. We are finalizing some additional West Coast dates, so definitely keep an eye out. You can check us out anywhere you get your podcasts. We are Wine and Crime Podcast. We have a website, wineandcrimepodcast.com. We're on social media at Wine and Crime Pod. Come join us. Come hang out.
You'll be
We
the
will
first.
we
to
will
know.
absolutely be putting links to Wine and Crime in the description of this episode. I gotta tell you, it has been an absolute blast having you both on. I seriously,
Aw, thanks
when
for having us.
when we met,
Yeah, it has been great. Thank
when
you.
we met at my day job, I was like, I immediately when we talked and we connected, and you said you'd heard of our podcast, which I was like,
Mm-hmm.
you have? That's amazing.
Mhm.
And I was like, this is amazing. I immediately texted John. I was like, we're gonna get Wine and Crime on our podcast. They said they want to come on. This is amazing. Yeah, that's exactly John's face right now for our audio only audience is exactly what he did. But it has been a whole blast. I'm glad we got to talk about your favorite movie on this show.
Mhm.
Definitely check out Wine and Crime.
Thanks for making it work with our late '90s crime movie.
No, it worked out
please.
great. I mean,
no,
I
it
would have.
worked out perfectly. It was
Yeah.
serendipitous. Kismet.
But with that said, John, where can they find you at on the internets?
The Facebooking, the Instagramming, the YouTubing. at JDub's Video Nasties. So check me out there. And as Brian's about to tell you, after our guests get to speak about the whole liking and subscribing, the bells and all that, on all the whistles, all that shit, do that for me too if you like what I got there. So many people watch, but they don't do the whole subscribing thing, and it helps build. Just let me build. I don't expect to make a living out of it, but just help me grow. Come on.
Help
Smash
John grow.
that subscribe button, bitches.
That's right. Smash the subscribe button. Of course, if you have loved this episode, please do me a favor and share it. Share it with your friends. Share it with your family. Share it with your favorite fan of Drop Dead Gorgeous. You've got a couple out there. Share it with them. They might love this. I know they'll love this. And of course, if you have loved this episode, please do me a favor and follow us on your favorite podcast of choice. You can go to cinemapsychoshow.com/follow, and you can follow us so you never miss an episode. And of course, if you're watching us here on YouTube, hey, thank you so much for doing that. Please do me a favor. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell, and let us know down in the comments, what did you think of Drop Dead Gorgeous? And when that's said, we will see you next time.